Hey guys, welcome back to another Coffee with Lacey. So we're going to get right into this because it's going to be long. What I am about to do is review this product and the ingredients that are inside of it. And I'm going to tell you what I think about this product, the truth, from a consumer that is also a hairdresser, okay? So, let's just get right into it. I bought this at the dollar store, Dollar General to be exact. They're $7 a piece. You have $14 plus tax in this shampoo and conditioner set. It is Herbal Essences, Color Me Happy. Front of the bottle says hair and body wash, 0 parabens, 0 silicone, 0 mineral oil. Okay? So I bring it home. Wait a minute. Let me tell you how it smells. Smells like flowers. I'm not a real big floral person. It's kind of sweet too. It doesn't stink, but it's not my favorite scent by far. And that's just me being the consumer in the store, smelling it and being like, eh. But it says Color Me Happy on it, and on the back of that shampoo it says Color Safe. So I wanted to bring this home and use it on my own hair and tell you what I think about it. I also took the liberty of going online and breaking down all of the ingredients on the back of these two bottles, but I'm only going to cover a few of them because that's all you really need to know. So, on the back of this bottle, it says the bottle's recyclable. That's wonderful. And then it says pH balanced, and then it says color safe. Directions, blah, 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 and then ingredients, okay? So, let's get right into it. The first ingredient in this particular bottle of shampoo is water. Majority of the bottles of shampoo that you pick up, the first ingredient in those is going to be water. Now, for those of you who have never read the back of a bottle or have never looked into why this ingredient is first and why this one's second and this one's third, it's because each ingredient is put on this ingredient list in the order of how much product is inside that bottle of that ingredient. So with water being the first ingredient, it has the most, that's the biggest, how am I trying to say this? Okay, water is in there more than any of the rest of these ingredients, okay? And as you go down the list, there'll be a little bit less of this one, a little bit less of this one, a little bit less of this one, if you see what I'm saying. So if it's the first ingredient, there's more of that ingredient in the bottle than there is any other ingredient on the list. So water being the first one, you're going to see that in a lot of shampoos. Water is in there. I mean, that's fine. We know that water's okay. We're not going to break down what kind of water it is because we don't know. All right. The next two ingredients, they go hand in hand, so I'm going to read them together. Sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium lauryl sulfate. I'm not going to be good at saying these words. Just try to ignore me. My grammar's also not the best. I'm trying my best, okay? So those two ingredients go hand in hand, and I know you noticed at the end of both of them, it's sulfate. So not all sulfates are created equal. Some are evil and terrible for our hair, and some are not so bad for our hair. But anything that says sulfate is going to do this. Sulfates are chemicals used as cleansing agents. Sulfates are found in household cleaners and detergents. So right off right there, when you read the definition of what a sulfate is, do you want to spray your household cleaner on your hair? No. So why should the same sulfate be able to go into your shampoo as it does in your spray you clean your bathroom with? It should. All right. The first two sulfates found in this shampoo, when you look them up online, the first thing it says is they're specifically made for lather, and they are specifically made to remove dirt and oil. Now, when I shampooed my hair with this in the shower, it lathered up instantly. So many bubbles. And a lot of that, makes us feel good because we want to feel clean. And it is a good thing. I do like a good lather and shampoo. I'm just like the next person, and I'm honest about it. If it doesn't suds up, you don't feel as clean. That's just something that we have, as humans in the day and age that we live in, have stuck into our brain, is that if it lathers up and it's sudsy when I put it on my body, that means that I'm getting clean. And in a way, yes, you are. But when you use these two particular sulfates on your hair, you are stripping your hair of any and everything that's on it. When I looked this up and I went through and I scrolled a little bit further than just the very first thing that popped up, it said specifically that these were 2 of the harshest sulfates you can use on your skin or hair. Now, when you pick up a shampoo and it has a sulfate on it, don't let it freak you out, because there are some sulfates that are not as harsh as these 2 sulfates are. If it's over the counter, more than likely you're getting harsh ingredients. Even though it says on the front, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. It doesn't say sulfate free. And a lot of them over the counter that do say sulfate free, if you look up the ingredients on the back of those, there's just going to be a derivative of a sulfate that's called something else that's doing exactly the same thing to your hair. So be smarter than that and look on the back of your product. Don't just pick it up and smell it. Look on the back and see what you're getting. Know what to steer clear of. Okay. All right. If it lathers, there's a good chance that it has a sulfate in it. Now, that doesn't mean it's always a bad sulfate. So there are sulfates that you can use that are not as harsh as others. And some of those are what you're going to find in your professional shampoo. Because a lot of us that have used this particular shampoo that's professional for years and years and years and years, and it's the same, and you don't want them to remake it because you love it, it may have a sulfate in it because they were really used way back in the day because we thought, oh my gosh, this is amazing, it's cleaning my hair so well. It is, but it's also stripping your color. So that's something to think about. All right, so something else, reasons to avoid sulfates other than just hair. They can cause skin irritation. If you've ever used a shampoo and conditioner and then you've gotten out of the shower and your head itched for 30 minutes afterwards, that's an allergic reaction. And it could definitely be to a sulfate. It could also be to a whole bunch of other things that are back here, because literally almost every ingredient on the back of this bottle said can cause skin irritation. There was also another 2 ingredients on the back of this bottle. One of them was citric acid. It's used a lot in a lot of things. It's a preservative. And then there was a few words down. It said this humongous word that I couldn't even type out the letters without having to go back and look and put it in my phone. It said if that and the citric acid were paired together, it could cause cancer. What are we putting on our bodies? What are we putting on our bodies and our hair? Okay? It's just like, it almost makes me mad because there's so much false marketing out there. This makes you think that this is good for you. Okay? I mean, no, it is not. It's not always good for you. There are things that we might can get over the counter that are, derived from natural ingredients that, don't strip the hair of its color, that, don't strip it all of its natural oil away. There are things that you can probably get over the counter that are going to be good. I'm reviewing this product, and I'm telling you that this one and a lot of others like it are lying to you. If it says color safe and it has one of these bad sulfates in it that I just read off to you, it is not color safe, and that is a marketing lie. When you come to me and you get your hair colored and you spend $100 on that hair color, and you leave and you come home, and the next day you shampoo your hair with this, and the day after that you use it again, and the day after that you use it again, and you use it again for a month, and you come back to me and you say, Lacey, my color is fading and I just don't understand why it's fading so quickly. You are literally using your household cleaner to wash your hair. To shampoo your hair, you're using something that has the same ingredients as household cleaners. So, when you come to me and you say that, and I'm like, wow, maybe we should go darker with your color. We wouldn't have to if you didn't use this. You also wouldn't fade out to red, because a lot of us, our underlying pigment is red, and a lot of us don't like that, where some of us accentuate it. A lot of us do not like the underlying pigment of our hair, which is red. If you're stripping off all of your color, then you get what's left, which is underlying pigment, and that is red. And this is why your hair is fading to a red or a gold or a lighter than it was before, even if it's not red or gold. Right here. Okay? So it's just something to think about, to put it in perspective for you, so you understand the reason why all of us hairdressers say buy professional shampoo. You want to buy a good professional shampoo. And we can tailor that to your hair type. So if you're one of those people who has your hair is your natural color and you don't ever get it colored, you've never colored it, and you want to use this shampoo, then you're not stripping your color because that's your natural color. That's your melanin that you were born with. It's not going anywhere. When I put color on your hair, or, you know, the hairdresser down the road puts color on your hair, and you go home and use something with the silicone, not the silicone, the sulfates, like is in this product right here, you're literally washing your color and your $100 down the drain. All right. Okay, so we were talking about skin irritation, right? So sulfates can cause skin irritation along with a ton of the other products that are inside of this particular product. Now, reasons to avoid sulfates. Sensitivity, okay, we talked about that. The American Academy of Dermatology recommends sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner for rosacea clients. Anyone that has, or a patient that has rosacea, sulfates can be irritating to that. Now, I didn't go as far as to look up what type of sulfates you should avoid. So, if you have rosacea and you feel like maybe your shampoo and conditioner is causing your rosacea to be worse, then that's something you should definitely look into. Also, the American Academy of Dermatology says to avoid sulfates if you have eczema or contact dermatitis. Same thing. All right, think about it. You have eczema and it's terrible on your back. Terrible. Terrible on your back, backs of your arms, terrible. And you can't figure out why. It's real bad on the elbows too. A lot of people have real bad eczema on their elbows. Shampoo your hair with your sulfate shampoo that is irritating to eczema. And it runs down your back when you rinse it off. And it runs down the back of your arms onto your elbows and then drips from your elbows to the floor. That could be a huge reason as to why you can't clear your eczema up on your back of your neck, around your neck, your face, wherever you have your eczema. If your shampoo is touching it, that could definitely be a reason why you can't get it cleared up in those areas. So that's something else to think about. Let's see. So something else with sulfates is they cause frizz. And the reason that they cause frizz, now I'm not a chemist, but cosmetology and coloring hair has a lot to do with chemistry, and we learned a lot about this in school. Pretty much anything you have in the world is made up of, either a negative or positively charged ion. Now, inside of this shampoo, the sulfates that are in it create a negative charge to the hair. So you think about it's just like electricity, okay? When you get static in your hair, how it stands out, just think about it like that. So the negative charge that this causes creates frizz when it's used. So if your hair is frizzy or it's curly and it gets frizzy throughout the day, your shampoo could be causing that because it contains sulfates, bad sulfates. Okay, so the sulfates strip in your color because they're harsh. And online it said that the 2 sulfates that were listed as the second and third ingredients, which means there's more of them in this container than any other ingredient that's listed after that, they're stripping your color and they're making your hair frizzy. And you continue to go and give this company your money and wash your color down the drain. Your curls could be so much more moisturized and lay so much better and not grow and get huge throughout the day if you used what I told you to use. So that's just something to think about, okay? And the reason people don't do it is because they don't know. And that's why I'm making this video. I'm making this video to educate you on why. Because I know for a fact that if I told you to pick up your bottle of shampoo at home and look on the back of it and look up every one of those ingredients, you probably aren't going to do it. So I did it for you. All right. So let's talk about silicones. So same thing on the back of this bottle. There's alcohols in here. They're drying. Some alcohol's good, some alcohol's bad. I know that you think alcohol and immediately think hand sanitizer or like alcohol that you buy in a bottle. Not all alcohols in hair care are created equal either. Same thing as sulfates. So think about it like this. If you are reading the back of a bottle and it says alcohol, don't just immediately think, oh, it's drying, because different alcohols aren't as drying, okay? Or aren't drying at all, actually. So that's definitely something that you need to educate yourself on. If you're curly, is which alcohols in hair care products are good for your hair and which are not. If you're curly and you're interested in something like that, There is a group that I can add you to online on Facebook that literally breaks down every single product in the back of any of your, over-the-counter products, and some professional as well, to tell you what's good for curls and what's bad. They've done a lot of research on it, and it's very informative. But as I'm reading through and I'm Googling these ingredients, I noticed that dimethicone is in this. Dimethicone, I'm a hairdresser, I know what dimethicone is. It is a silicone. And the front of this bottle says 0 parabens, silicones, and mineral oils. Well, that's not right. So as I'm looking at that, I'm like, wait, it said no silicone. So I flipped the front of the conditioner bottle around and noticed that it says 0 parabens and mineral oils on this bottle. It doesn't say that the conditioner is silicone free, because it's not. It has dimethicone in it, and dimethicone is one of the worst silicones you can use on your hair. Now, same thing with sulfates. Not all silicones are created equal. There's water-soluble silicones and there's non-water-soluble silicones. So what you want as a consumer for your hair is a water-soluble silicone. You have to do your research in order to know what those are. But dimethicone is not one of them. Now, go and pick up your professional bottle of shampoo that you have in your shower right now. There are professional shampoos that have sulfates in them and they have silicones in them, because silicones were started using in the 50s, okay? And a lot of our really big, hair care lines that are professional right now started in that era. And when silicones were booming, honey, they were using them, because we all thought at that time that they were good for your hair. We all thought that it's real good to get it real clean with this sulfate, and then it's real good to throw this dimethicone right back up on it to make it feel real smooth, because that's exactly what it does. So something to think about with your silicone is, if your silicone is water soluble, it's okay to use. If on the back of your professional shampoo it says dimethicone, I guarantee you that professional line also has a shampoo and conditioner that is silicone free and sulfate free. Companies that care about your hair, they throw money at things that are good for your hair, but they also want to keep their original out, because that's their vintage. That's what they started with. That's what they based their entire company off of. And if you love it and you've been using it for years and you realize now, oh, I know better, so I'm going to do better, then that's when you get their new product out that's silicone free, that's sulfate free, that's paraben free. So know better and do better, okay? Now, majority of what you're going to buy over the counter is going to be just like what's in these 2 bottles. Now, I'm sure there are shampoos at Walmart that you can get that are made better than these 2. So do your research if you're going to buy it at Walmart. I strongly urge you to buy your shampoo from a hairstylist. You can buy it from Ulta. Yes, you're getting professional. Yes, you're getting the same thing that you can get from me, but you're not giving me your business. And I don't mean that to sound selfish. I mean it to sound like, if you bring me your hair and you say, color it for me, and I color it for you and you pay me, and I'm thankful for that money, but you don't want me to get your shampoo and conditioner, you'd rather give that money to a franchise like Ulta, yeah, it kind of hurts. So I would much rather you tell me, hey, when I come in for my color appointment, have me this shampoo and conditioner there, because I promise you I can get it, and more than likely I can get it cheaper than you're going to pay for it at Ulta. Ulta runs some real good sales, don't get me wrong. And I do buy a lot of makeup there, but I can get your shampoo and conditioner cheaper for you and have it for you at your appointment, and you don't even have to step foot inside Ulta and spend $200 because you know you're going to. So, shop small, y'all. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to draw up this little diagram for you that I had drawn out, but I used it in my video that messed up earlier. So I'm just going to pause this and I'm going to draw you up a little diagram about silicones, and then I'm going to hop right back. So give me just 1 second. All right, y'all, so roll with me on this. Pretend like this is not the ugliest drawing you've ever seen in your life, and that this is what a hair looks like under a microscope, okay? There's pictures in cosmetology books and pictures online that you are going to see that are going to make a lot more sense than this. But what I'm doing right now is the best that I can do as far as a version of what a hair looks like under a microscope. So you see all these pieces fraying out on the sides. That is the outer layer of the hair, and everyone's looks like that because you cannot go without damaging your hair, and the more flaky pieces you have on the outside of that strand, the more damaged it is. All these little lines down through here are cracks on the hair shaft. Those are demonstrating damaged hair, okay? What a silicone does, when you strip your hair with your sulfate shampoo, it opens up every bit of that damage. And that's why when I shampooed my hair with this shampoo, before I put the conditioner on, I was trying to run my fingers through it and I couldn't. It felt like wire. And then I threw this conditioner right on top of it. It felt like silk. You know why it felt like silk? Because silicones that are non-water soluble, okay, go right on the outside of this hair strand, and they create literally a barrier on the outside of the hair that makes it feel really nice and smooth. That's what your silicone is doing to your hair. Now, we want our hair to feel really nice and smooth, so why wouldn't I put that on there? Because you can't get it off. And when you can't get it off because it's non-water soluble, that means that your hair is going to get dry underneath all of that silicone, and you're stripping off all of its natural oils every time you use this sulfate on it. When you have your sulfate and you strip off all the natural oil that your hair is and your skin is trying to produce for that hair because it's so thirsty, and then you coat it with silicone, you can't get any more moisture inside that. And silicones just continue to coat the hair, and you coat over the same silicone over and over and over. You do not need non-water soluble silicone. You need water soluble silicone. So that when you get in the shower, literally all you have to do is run your hands through your hair and rinse it, and your silicone is off. That's what you need. So that's just something to think about. It seals the shaft completely, not allowing anything inside. Not moisturizing shampoo and conditioner that you just bought because your hair feels dry. Not water, not anything. You're literally cleansing the outside of that silicone. You're not cleansing your hair. Okay. So silicones make the hair frizzy. Sulfates make the hair frizzy. Sulfates strip color, and you're literally pouring your $100 hair color down the drain. And silicone completely coats the hair shaft on the outside to make you think that your hair feels great, and it makes you think that this is what done it for you. So there was probably several things in this video that I forgot to mention, and I could literally go on about this for hours, because not just those 2 ingredients or those 3 ingredients that I've talked about are bad for your hair or bad for your skin. All of them are.